Hi everyone, my name is Angela Hart. I'm a second-year Communication Culture and Technology graduate student at Georgetown University. For the last year, I've been working my thesis project, Do Political Film Adaptations Affect Voter Knowledge? As my case study, I have been using the film Recount. I was very specific with choosing Recount over Game Change for a number of reasons. Recount depicts the issues with the 2000 election, Bush versus Gore, and how there were undervotes and a lot of issues with the hanging chads and dimples down in Florida. The film portrays Kevin Spacey as Ron Klain battling the Republicans of sorts to get all the votes counted. Game Change depicts the 2008 election in regards to John McCain choosing Sarah Palin as his running mate. The movie follows Sarah Palin's sort of breakdown from when she's selected to where she ends up in the campaign process. For both Recount and Game Change, Danny Strong was the screenwriter and Jay Roche was the director. While these two individuals worked on both films, they portray very different scenarios. In Recount, the viewer goes back and forth between both parties, so they see James Baker and his battle to have the election be called and certify a Bush victory. They also see Ron Klain and his team trying to have the 4 counties that they requested have their recount done in time for the certification deadline. The audience goes back and forth, so they learn about both parties and both mentalities and the reasoning behind their decisions. In Game Change, the viewer is just watching Sarah Palin and the Republican Party. They're not getting insight into the Democrats at all. I also selected Recount because it does not portray any well-known individuals. When somebody watches Game Change, they're very aware of the fact that Sarah Palin is a well-known individual and it's Julianne Moore portraying someone who they've probably seen on television. Sadly, a lot of people probably have not seen Ron Klain do interviews, so it's a different viewing experience when Kevin Spacey portrays Ron Klain. Due to the fact that I was conducting focus groups, it was a lot easier for me to converse with people when they didn't have an emotional investment in the character portrayal. When someone's watching Julianne Moore as Sarah Palin, there's going to be more at stake with her portrayal and how she delivers lines and tries to have the accent down pat. There's a lot more to take into consideration. The fact that people were not too familiar with the Recount characters was very beneficial for me. Taking that into consideration, Al Gore and George W. Bush are not portrayed by anyone. The viewer sees the back of Al Gore's head as he's walking to give his concession speech, but they never see his face. When Gore calls Bush to retract his concession, you only see him from the side and you don't have the full profile. Same with George Bush. The viewer doesn't have to worry about any idiosyncrasies in regards to how someone is portraying them as a character. The only time the viewer sees Al Gore and George W. Bush is at the very end of the film. Gore gives his concession speech at the very end, and Bush gives his acceptance speech. That's the only instance that these two men are ever shown, and it's the authentic footage that was taken during the 2000 election. The most important reason for my selection of Recount over Game Change is the fact that Recount is an adaptation of an event, whereas Game Change is an adaptation of a book, which is an adaptation of an event. So there's an extra step involved, and rather than worry about the literary value in addition to the historical value, I wanted to just focus on the historical to film. There's another level of analysis needed with the adaptation of Game Change because it's based off of a book, based off of an event. I look forward to doing a project on this someday, but in regards to what I'm currently studying, that wasn't going to be my main focus. And so the fact that Recount is an adaptation of an event is crucial to my study because I want to analyze the historical value of truth versus fiction and can you learn some of the definitions, if not all. And that was very important for me in my decision process. If you have any additional questions as to my selection of Recount, please comment down below or contact me directly. If you like my reasoning, please give this video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. This is a project that has taken up a great deal of my time, and if anyone is interested, I would love to talk to you about it.